Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sophia, a yoga teacher here based in Sydney, and today we're going to be doing a balancing practice. So balance is great for improving our strength and stability, so particularly improving our strength in our legs, our core, and so we can stand stable, tall, aligned, and with better posture. And also they're great for preventing any falls or injuries in the future, particularly as we age. So here we go. We're going to start in a seated position. So just relaxed in maybe in half lotus, full lotus, or just with your legs crossed. And we're going to be resting hands on our knees gently, rolling the shoulders back and down, and maybe gently closing the eyes. And let's just connect to the breath and the body. So inhaling in through the nose, welcoming the oxygen into the body, holding at the top, and then exhaling, letting it go, relaxing all of the muscles, relaxing the shoulders back down. Inhale in through the nose, and exhale, let it go out through the mouth, letting go of everything beyond the borders of your mat. Gently inhaling, welcoming the oxygen down deeper, and exhaling out through the mouth gently, relaxing the body. And just remembering to be kind to your body today. So maybe not going anywhere that feels painful, and just respect your body's limitations throughout the practice. This is your practice. Have fun with it. Celebrate that you have arrived on the mat today. This next 30 to 35 minutes is yours. Amazing. Let's inhale in through the nose. And closing the mouth, exhale through the nose. Practicing our nasal breathing or our ujjayi breath, slightly constricting the back of the throat. Okay. Opening the eyes and placing the palms down. Let's roll onto our knees and hands, coming into our tabletop position. Okay, so tabletop, we've got hands, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and our spine is neutral. So tailbone slightly tucked to create that flat back. Okay, we're going to start off this balance by doing a few bird dogs. So we're going to extend the right arm in front of us. Now this is where we can start even engaging the core, the abdominal muscles now. And picking a point in front of us to maybe focus on, just to start engaging our focus. And then we send the left foot back, hover, lightly over the ground, flexing the back foot, engaging the core, pulling the belly button up, holding here for 3 breaths. Relaxing the shoulders. Amazing. Last inhale here, maybe to lift slightly. And then exhale, let's bring the right elbow to left knee to touch. Inhale to extend. Exhale, elbow to knee to touch. Inhale to extend. Exhale to touch. 2 more. Last one. And then exhale, place that right hand down, left foot down, maybe giving it your hips a little wiggle from side to side. Okay, let's do the other side. So extending the left hand in front of us, extending the right foot, hover. Let's just hold here for a couple of breaths and get used to this movement. Again, engaging the core, engaging the glutes, flexing that back foot, relaxing the shoulders, fixing your gaze. Last inhale here. And then exhale, let's bring that left elbow to right knee. Touch. Inhale to extend. Exhale, touch. 3 more. Gently moving with control. And extend. And then release back down. Great. All right. So let's keep moving. So we're going to untuck the toes in our tabletop. And we're just going to gently, lightly hover the knees, pushing the floor away, rounding the shoulders, engaging the core. 5 breaths here. Deeply introduce the oxygen down deeper on the inhale. Exhale through the nose. 3 more breaths. Relaxing the neck. Last inhale here. And on the exhale, let's push the floor away, send the hips up into the sky, coming into our first downward facing dog. Okay, so spreading the fingertips wide, roll the shoulders in and away from the ears, maybe slight bent in the elbows if you're hyperextendable like me. Flat back, head is relaxed, sending the hips up towards the sky. So almost like someone is pulling your tailbone up towards the sky. And then maybe bend in the knees. And if you want to introduce some movement here, just gently, lightly alternating the heels down. Okay. And then maybe coming to stillness, just for a breath. Okay, and then looking forward, gently walk the hands up towards the feet at the top of the mat. Okay. Release everything down, coming into our forward fold. So resting the chest onto the knees. And here again, really bend, don't be afraid to bend in the knees. So the key is to keep the chest grounded onto the thighs. And hands could be hovered or placed onto the mat. And just letting the head just drop for a second. Okay. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back, so hands either resting on the shins or just lightly hovered. Open the chest. Exhaling, forward fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders roll back, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Okay, now we're going to bend in the knees a lot at the start, and then let's inhale, roll up, sending the arms either side or placing the hands on the waist. Inhaling our arms up to the sky. And then exhaling, bringing the hands together towards heart center. Okay. All right. Standing strong. So grounding the feet into the mat. Spreading those toes wide. Rolling the shoulders back and down. We're going to play with our balance already here. So we're going to start coming onto our tiptoes. And again, fix at a point in front of you to help the balance, to help the focus. Inhaling here. And then exhaling, dropping the heels. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, coming up to our tiptoes. Exhaling, dropping the heels. And inhaling, coming up onto tiptoes. Let's hold here. Maybe challenging yourself by closing the eyes. And we may wobble. And coming back down. All right, amazing. Let's start with some Nura Samaskara B's, so Sun Salutation B. So starting in our chair pose, we're going to inhale our arms up to the sky, making sure our hands are next to our ears. Then we're going to exhale, bend in the knees, either keeping the feet apart or feet together. Making sure we can look down and see our toes. Our tailbone is tucked, so we're not extending the tailbone out. It's tucked in, engaging the core, looking forwards. 3 more breaths here. Inhaling at the top, looking forward, shoulders relaxed. Exhaling, maybe going a bit deeper. Last inhale here. Exhaling, extending the legs, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Shoulders back. Exhale, planting the hands, taking a big step back to our high plank. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, either drop the knees here or full chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, sending the hips back to our downward facing dog. Okay. So inhale, right foot towards, bringing it towards the chest, and either placing it on the inside of the hands or on the outside, stepping it forward. Curling the foot to the back foot to 45 degrees towards the corner of the mat. We're going to send the arms up towards the sky. Warrior 1. Inhaling to extend the arms up. Exhaling to lunge deeper. 2 more breaths here. Okay, last inhale here. And on the exhale, let's plant the hands down. Pick up the right foot. Send it back to our high plank. And again, either drop the knees or inhaling at the top and lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhaling to upward dog, shoulders roll back and down. Exhaling back to our downward facing dog. Straight onto the left. Let's inhale, bring the left foot Forward, left knee in towards the chest, pushing the floor away. Exhale, place the left foot down on the ground, spin the right foot to the corner of the mat, inhaling, our arms come up. Exhaling, we lunge down deeper. Well done, everyone. 2 more breaths here. Relaxing the shoulders. Okay, last inhale here. And then exhale, sending the chest towards the mat, placing the hands on the floor, picking the left foot up and back to our high plank. Inhaling at the top, rolling over the toes. Exhale halfway. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips back to our downward facing dog. Let's inhale, coming up onto our tiptoes, looking forward. Exhale, bend in the knees, let all of the air go. Maybe walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, swinging the arms up towards the sky. Bend in the knees, coming back into our chair. Exhale, extend the legs, coming back into standing. Open up into standing. Okay, let's flow. Inhaling, lifting the arms up into our chair. Exhaling, bend in the knees. Taking an inhale here. And then exhale, let's extend the legs, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, planting the hands, taking a walk, step or jump to the back of the mat. High plank. Inhaling at the top. And then exhaling halfway. And then inhaling to upward dog. Exhale back into our downward facing dog. Let's step forward into our warrior one. So inhale, swing the right knee in towards the chest, planting the right foot, spinning the left foot round, coming up into our warrior one. Now we're going to extend this warrior one. So 2 more breaths here, but we're going to move towards our humble warrior. So inhaling at the top. And then exhale, just maybe lunging down a bit deeper. Great. Okay, let's bring the hands round and back behind us. Maybe interlacing the fingers or just grabbing onto the elbows. Looking down at our feet, making sure we've got maybe a bit more space. So we have a wider stance, we have a wider base, just so that we feel more secure. We're going to inhale, open the chest, and then we're going to exhale, send the chest towards the mat. Humble warrior. 3 breaths down here. Making sure we're pushing the mat away. Relaxing the neck. Last inhale here. And then exhale, let's push the floor away, coming back up to standing. Okay, so from our warrior one, we're going to spin that back heel, coming into our more lunge position. We're going to send the hands behind us and we're going to lean forward, coming into our arrowhead. So relaxing the shoulders, making sure we're on the tiptoes of our back foot. Really sending the energy, grounding in that right foot. Really strong pose. 2 more breaths here. Okay, last inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to lift up that left foot and come into our aeroplane. So bend in that front knee and then just lift up gently that left foot, flexing that top left foot, fixing your gaze, relaxing the shoulders. 3 breaths. Making sure the hips are square. Amazing. Last inhale here. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring the left knee towards the chest as we come into a standing staff pose. Sending the hands up towards the sky. Great. So making sure we're grounding in that right foot. Slight bend in the right leg. So we're going to come into our hand to toe. So either grabbing the big toe with your left fingertips, placing the right hand on the waist, and extending the left foot in front of us. Or just keeping a hold of the knee. Also good variation. Still improving and still working on our balance. So let's inhale at the top, shoulders roll back and down. Extend on the exhale, the foot in front, or keeping the knee bent. Gently moving the foot towards the side. Now with our right arm, let's move it from our waist and maybe extend it to the right side, and then maybe looking towards the right. 3 more breaths here. Fixing your gaze, steady breath, steady mind, steady body. Let's inhale, come back to center. And then if you've got your knee bent, extending it in front of you. 3 breaths, hand to toe D variation. Hold here. Flexing that top foot. Engage the right glute, push the floor away. 2 more. Last inhale here. And then exhale, bend the left knee, send it behind us, planting it on the mat. Well done, everyone. Okay, so we're going to be straightening both legs. That was a tough one and took a lot of concentration. Coming into our pyramid. So either placing the hands behind us, interlacing the fingers, or just clasping the elbows at the back. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and then maybe with a slight bend in your right knee, sending the chest towards the right thigh. Okay. Pyramid here, we want a flat back. So making sure we're engaging in that right leg and still engaging in our core to lift us up. Last inhale here. And then exhale, let's place the hands onto the floor. Step the right foot back into our high plank. Inhaling at the top. And then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, sending the hips back into our downward facing dog. Holding here for 3 breaths. Reconnecting back to the breath. preparing ourselves for the left side. We know what's coming now. But we'll be ready for it. Okay. All right, so let's bring the left knee towards the chest, coming forward, placing the left foot down, spinning the right foot to the side of the mat, and then inhaling, our arms come up. Warrior one. Exhaling, lunging deeper down. 3 breaths here. All right, last inhale here. And then again, maybe widen the stance to our humble warrior, sending the hands behind us, interlacing the fingers, inhaling to open the chest. Exhaling, sending the chest towards on the inside of the left thigh, letting the head drop. 3 breaths. Pushing the floor away. Amazing. Last inhale here. And then on the next exhale, let's push the floor away with the feet, sending the body back up. Okay. Coming into our arrowhead. So sending the hands behind us, spinning that right foot, coming onto our toes, picking up the heel, and lowering the chest towards the left thigh, arrowhead. Opening the chest, relaxing the shoulders, 3 breaths. Okay, last inhale here. And on the exhale, let's send the energy down, pushing the floor away, coming onto our back tiptoes, picking the right foot up, sending it towards the sky, flexing the top foot, squaring the hips, 3 breaths. Fixing your gaze. Last inhale here. And on the exhale, let's bring the knee towards the chest. Sending the hands up to the sky. Picking the right knee in and either grabbing the big toe with your right fingertips or just grabbing the knee, placing the left hand on the waist. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders back and down. Exhale, extend forward and move the leg or knee to the side. 3 breaths. Sending the weight into the left foot. Inhaling. And then maybe looking towards the left side, extending that left arm. 3 breaths. Last inhale here. Exhale, moving the foot towards the center. And extending the leg if you've got the knee bent. Coming into hand to toe D variation, sending the hands up to the sky. Hold for 3 breaths. Flexing that top foot. We can do this. 2 more breaths. 1 last inhale. And then exhale, bend the right knee, sending it behind you, placing it on the mat. At 45 degrees, coming into our pyramid, straightening both legs. We did it. Well done. Clasping the elbows or the hands, inhaling, rolling the shoulders back. And then exhaling, folding the chest towards the sky. Towards the mat, sorry. 3 breaths down here. Making sure the back is straight, core is engaged. Great. All right. Let's bend in that left knee and place the hands onto the floor, moving through your vinyasa, stepping back to high plank. Inhaling at the top, exhale to lower halfway. Inhale to upward dog, shoulders roll back and down. Exhale back to our downward facing dog. All right, from our downward dog, let's drop the knees, cross the ankles at the back and come to seated, sending the feet in front of us. Okay. All right. So we're going to come into a Savasana, a boat pose. A variation though, instead of boat, we're going to hold our big toes. So placing the fingers, clasping onto the big toe, we're going to lift the feet up, roll the shoulders back and down, and maybe extending the feet and the legs up towards the sky. Either having the knees bent, which is also fine, or maybe trying to extend the legs in front of us. Opening the chest towards the sky. 3 breaths. One more breath here. Inhaling. And then exhale, maybe can we widen the legs? Opening the chest, rolling the shoulders back and down. 2 more breaths here. And then on the next inhale, let's let go of the hands. Can we hold it here? Breathe in, inhale, engage the core, and then exhale, sending the knees in towards the chest. Maybe rolling over the spine. Amazing. Okay. That was our last fun challenge of the day. Don't worry. We're just going to gently roll all the way down to the mat, coming into our lovely bridge pose. So making sure we can touch the heels with our fingertips. Sending the shoulders in towards the mat. Let's pick up the hips and send them up towards the sky. Holding here for 3 breaths. Last inhale, pushing the floor away. And then exhale, let's release 1 vertebra at a time, lowering down the hips. Sending the knees maybe from side to side. releasing anything in the lower back. Okay. Maybe doing this one more time. So let's inhaling our hips, lifting up towards the sky. And either moving into wheel, if that's in your practice, or if you want a bit more, just coming, unraveling the shoulders under the upper back, interlacing the hands and the fingers, sending the chest towards the sky. Pushing the floor away, inhaling at the top, and then exhaling, releasing one vertebra at a time down towards the mat. And then maybe again, just rolling the knees from side to side. All right. Maybe last pose here. Feel free to do any last pose that you wish before Savasana. I always like to do a little happy baby, clasping the big toes, sending the feet wide, knees apart, and then just gently roll and rock over that lower back if you wish. Great. And then bringing the knees together and either sending them up, the feet up towards the sky, and then gently lowering the feet down, or just coming into a Savasana. Just this last core engagement. Okay, great. All right, coming into our Savasana. So let's just maybe do one little squeeze of the body. So let's inhale, squeezing everything, squeezing our fists, our shoulders, flexing our feet, engaging the glutes. Let's take a big inhale at the top. Sipping in a bit more air. And then release down. Maybe out through the mouth. Okay. Savasana. So get comfortable, feet wide apart, hands resting either side of the hips, letting the fingertips curl. And reconnecting to the breath. And maybe giving yourself a little well done for this practice. It was a challenging one today, but we got through it. Now it's time for our body to just absorb all of the benefits of the practice. In the next few moments, if you feel your mind is wandering, remember to just reconnect back to the breath. Deepening the breath, welcoming the oxygen back into the body. Okay, inhaling in through our nose and exhaling, waking the body up, sending the hands maybe overhead, taking a nice big stretch, and then grabbing the knees towards the chest, giving yourself a nice big hug, and either rolling onto a side or gently coming into a seated position onto the mat. Resting hands onto the knees, rolling the shoulders back. Let's take a nice big inhale in through our nose all together. And exhale, let it go out through the mouth. Placing the hands together at heart center. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. We raise our hands to our forehead. The divine magic in me sees the divine magic in you. We bow down. Namaste. Well done, everyone. We did it. We got through the challenging practice. Lots of holding, lots of balance, but I'm sure we're getting stronger and more stable in our daily life. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully see you in the next video.